Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all amazing. This is for the Aquarius solar eclipse that is coming up this month. It is a big one. It is shock waves. It is really an intense energy. But the thing is with astrology is once you know what's coming, you know, it's almost like it's not such a shock. You can really use those powers, use those potent energy to really to your benefit. All right, so it is shock waves, so it is like electricity. This Aquarius solar eclipse is all right, so it's here to disrupt life as we know it, and it is an illumination. It's an illumination. So something that is really being magnified. It's really being put under a spotlight, all right? And it's here to disrupt your life it's really to disrupt your life, to bring out a different ideology, to bring forth just whatever is necessary to create growth, to create change, and to really evolve. All right, so stay tuned. We are going to pull one card from the archetype and we're going to put that energy, all right? So this is the sign of humanity. Aquarius is a sign of humanity. It's all about collective groups, community, and teams. This solar eclipse will take place on February 17th, 2026. It will affect, with effects that will reverberate out until 2028. All right, so you're going to feel this really ripple. That's where that lightning, that really that shock wave, it's going to really reform a space and reinvent humanity as we know it. And I feel like this is definitely a necessary change. So this is the first eclipse of its kind in the Aquarius Leo axis. Thus, it operates as foreshadowing, where fate and destiny is launching us forward. As the lightning strikes, this energy can cause flashes into the future, flashes of awareness, right? And we all need a little bit more awareness, some more than others. It's to detach a bit from what you expect the future to be. Too predictable, right? This is an unpredictable energy. It is known as the wild card. So, as to you expect the future to be, as to embrace what it is, coming forward, to let go of what you thought it was going to be, and to embrace the possibilities of this big change. Space is allowing growth to happen in places we didn't expect. What looked like a boxed in energy, right? It's removing that box, going outside of the box and observing it from a different perspective. As Neptune will be conjunct with the ruler of the eclipse, this will really create almost like a bonkers kind of energy. It's going to really feel like it's going off the wall in a different direction. It's going to feel unnatural. And this is to really create those really big changes, and it's letting in space to allow evolution, allow these big awarenesses. All right, so would feel like you have been electrocuted. Allow life to click into place as you realize that this is a big shift. So the guidance for this is let head win over heart. To let logic prevail over, to let head win over heart, to let logic prevail over your heart as well. And it's not opening it's not allowing the emotion, to let logic prevail over emotion. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. So yeah, it's logic prevail over emotion. So for the we to prevail over the me. Let this new timeline into your space. it is not something that you can reject. It's going to feel like going back into the old timeline. It's going to feel like you're being electrocuted, because this is a needed shift. So you can make it harder if I feel like lots of people they do tend to reject new energies, new awareness, new consciousness, and it's going to make it a lot harder. All right, because this is a necessary change for the community, for the collective. So it's almost like leaving nobody behind. And it's all for a space that was necessary for change. Not even realizing we needed it. The pilgrim, that makes total sense to me. In the forest, I mean, in the forest, in that darkness, once the sun goes down and it's all dark and you can't see over anywhere ahead of you, it becomes a place of fear, until you start to look up and you realize that you're not closed in, you're not trapped, and you're not in a dark place, yet you needed to look up to see all the beauty that you were missing. And it really does bring you back to a sense of fear is also hope. Hope is fear. We fear what we may not receive, and we hope for fear to disappear. All right, but these are the places that you discover the truth. You discover things you didn't realize. You thought you were scared of these dark places, thought it was like what was creeping in the forest, in the dark, the monsters, but yet you realize there is beauty beyond what you see right in front of you. And it is not just a dark place, but it's almost like a quiet, peaceful, and it speaks to you, it whispers. So discovering truth, and it can come in as a shock, because I mean, being left alone in the forest, lost off your path, can be a very intimidating energy. It feels unknown, it feels unpredictable, and it feels like you don't know what's going to happen. It's a scary feeling. But once you are in this energy and you realize there's nothing to be scared of, and the fear was just an image, and it was just what you imagined. All right, so it wasn't really, and it almost became a truth, right? Because you almost put like this ideology into a box, and no, this is the way it is. But when you actually experience it and you see the beauty, the sky, the light all lit up, and the illumination from the moon, it's almost like a sense of purity, a sense of well, I didn't see it like that. And it shows you that to experience something is completely different than to experience something is completely different than to imagine what it would be like. Because all those creaks and cracks and noises weren't monsters, but they were spirit guides. It's howling at the moon. It's the beauty in what the dark comes out in the dark. And I feel like there is a lot of rawness that comes out in the dark. You won't see anything that holds a lie to it. It's all the truth. It's the howling at the moon. It's speaking to you. And it's not aggressively. It's not something that's scary. It's something that almost comes to you as, oh, okay, I didn't feel like it was going to be like that. When you experience it, you have open up a completely different way of thinking, and it really changes a lot of things. It starts that ripple, all right? So at this time with Aquarius energy, and it's going to feel like a shook. You're going to be woken from what you thought was a reality, what you thought was to be a truth. And it's not just asking, it is it is, it is happening all around you. You can't avoid this, right? The more you avoid it, the more it emphasizes what you are trying to run away from. It just wants to show you that there's nothing to fear. There's an awareness, there's a collective awareness coming through with this. The shadows, the dark, almost like an isolation period. I feel like I feel like at this time people are a little weary of other people, you know. It's been a lot of repressed energy. There's been a lot of feelings of people are a little bit erratic right now. Does that make sense? Where this forest is calming, it's like a temple. You're in this place, right? And it's the only things that come out are truth, and the only things that you realize are in these types of places. You find others just like yourself in the same situation. So it's embracing the things that you put a label on. So getting out of this tent where you feel like you're protected, it was all just an illusion. There's nothing to be protected from. Because the forest is it's the ancestors, it's wisdom, it's nature, it's healing, it's Mother Earth that is what was around before anything. The trees. So the trees hold an ancient practice where, I mean, the trees, they grow so tall, they can see over everything. And the trees have been here around for so long, it's almost like a safe place. It's a safe haven to retreat and come back to who you are, and to remove all of the false narratives without even experiencing it. So this is experiencing the mystic, experiencing things that maybe were unknown, maybe things that were not yet blossoming. And it's almost like that moth, right? Like seeing the beauty in things that you may have missed before because you jumped over a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknown. Oh, I can't do that, I can't do that. There's a lot of energy, and I feel like the trees in the forest, it holds a lot of potent energy. It's almost like it heals you just being around, brings you back to self, brings you back to ground, it grounds you, gets you out of your mind and what you thought a shadow is a scary monster, yet it was just all an illusion. From a place of worry, a place of what if, and a place of maybe negativity, thinking the worst is always going to happen. All right, so we're going to read The Pilgrim quickly. This video is almost done. All right, so we have The Pilgrim, the wanderer, the traveler, the apprentice. The apprentice. All right, so traveling and wandering, places unseen. So it's an outward journey that is always, right? For the pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. Yeah, so the out in the forest in the dark, this out is an outward experience, but yet what it brings to you is that wisdom that revitalizes something within you. It connects to something that maybe you didn't feel before, but it was lying dormant. So the wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Oh, that's the forest. Sorry, the pilgrim. So others will wonder when the pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life. And Aquarius energy is not conventional at all, outside the box. But the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Motion in the forest, in those deep places of cocoon. There's expansion. There's expansion, right? Hiding yourself from the world. Feeling safe within a tarp, or feeling safe, not wanting to experience anything different. It's almost like you're holding yourself back from these experiences that will expand you. It will allow growth and freedom. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep. And soon the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. Yet when this archetype awakens, and it's awakening in the dark in the forest, it's awakening, like the borealis in the sky, northern lights. You see things that you would never have seen before if you didn't go into these places of uncertainty. You miss out on a lot. So this is like past the veil, when you're awakening, past the normal, your day-to-day, what you see every day, what you see to be true. This awakens and it rallies your sense of adventure and leads out to the door towards a new reality. Oh, much like I was saying, the new reality. Yes. Allow this new reality, allow life to click into place as this new reality shifts. But don't hold on to it with emotions. Don't take this with emotions. You almost have to check those emotions out the door and give it a chance and allow yourself to experience. Use logic that if there's something really scary out there, a box wouldn't protect you, right? Like, I feel like that's not that logical side, that's the emotional side, or just a comfort blanket, almost like a security blanket that makes you feel safe, but it doesn't have any safety features. The forest is something that whispers to you. It'll lead you to a door in this new reality where a path can take you to a whole new set of adventures, not obstacles, but wonders of the world. So you'll never, with this energy by your side, you'll never lack courage. You won't be as afraid to do things anymore. The more you say, okay, I'm going to try it, and you see that door opened, nothing popped out at you. That door opened a sense of imagination, a sense of playing in the forest, like chasing the bunnies. I feel like this is where it's almost like a protective place in the forest. I feel like it's what's always been there. It's not the city where everything is built up in blocks, cement, right? Where the forest is pure. So it's a sacred place, a sanctuary almost, where you can speak to the universe. The universe speaks to you. And it's like you feel like you know this place. You feel safe. You feel like you've never felt before. And the more you allow this experience to happen, it's like the sky lights up. It doesn't feel as dark anymore. Your eyes adjust. And what you thought was so scary, it's like full of monsters, was just a bunny rabbit or a raccoon scurrying around. And those are creatures that are pure, like they're innocent, they're they're kind-hearted, and animals are naturally kind-hearted. So I feel like this is coming back to a place where you feel like home. You know, you feel like it feels like not a scary place, but a place to connect, a place to bond with who you are. All right, so when you're ready for expansion, you're ready for growth, take life into motion. Not leave your emotions. Emotions are energy and motions. All right, so take this time for motion to get out of your head and get into a new experience that you only deem to be scary because of something you saw or something you heard. But reality is different when you experience it. And it shapes your reality differently, right? When you shake off all what you thought was, and then you realize things, and it's almost like a domino effect. Well, because this energy's by your side, you'll never be bored. So this is where you get to connect with your spirit guides. You can almost like, it's like traveling to a place that of beyond, but you feel like it feels like home. It feels like natural. This is your sense of adventure. Let it lead you towards this new reality. So for the we to prevail over the me, let this new timeline into your space. Let yourself be free. Free yourself from all these narratives. Free yourself from these coming to conclusions. Go out and observe. Observe and then make a decision. Observe, and if you don't like something, you don't like it. But I feel like this is seeing something that you realizing that things that you thought were a certain way aren't at all. That's that mystic. It's that power within your intuition, and you learn with experience. You learn with life lessons, and if you don't experience it, there is nothing to learn. You'll always stay small. You'll always stay in fear, and you'll always live in a cocoon that is not ever going to turn into a butterfly. So the mystic has powers. Has powers that open up gifts, open up portals, and open up space where you can learn your true magic. You can learn that in these dark places, you can fly. In these dark places, you turn into a butterfly, you know? And it's like, maybe that is where your energy is healed. Your energy is almost like your battery is able to charge under the stars. And you can connect to your ancestors. You can connect to the beyond, because it's closing out the busy world and it's coming into nature, where this is where nothing is blurred. There's no static in the air. It's a connection straight to beyond. And be curious. The mystic wants you to be curious. The mystic wants you to believe in the magic. Doesn't want you to limit yourself to only what you can see, because it goes beyond your eyesight. The mystic is the seeker, light worker, and the dreamer. So the mystic is often misunderstood in our culture. It's known as the wandering or lighthearted daydreamer. But it's actually a fearless and dedicated to the path of transformation. In order to save the earth from the darkness, he must swallow the poison of the world and hold it in his throat, and he transmute it into nectar. So swallow the poison and to transform into nectar. This is the work of the mystic. It swallows the darkness and turns it into light. It's almost like it transforms. But you must go into the darkness to reveal this mystery. It's the growth above all. Be patient, because what you're seeking is a result of allowing yourself to be raw, allowing yourself to be vulnerable. And into the darkness you can sit right in the presence of it and harness all the potential and energy and bring it into the light. Those unanswered questions, these reveal the mystery. The great riddle of light, dancing with the force of light. The forces, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon swing. Forces, I saw it as dancing with the forest, dancing in the forest, sees the light. For I feel like darkness is something that we can put ourselves in when we no longer see any light within our world. So that's, the scary places aren't actually places of, this is a place where you go to embark on a journey to learn more about yourself. It's quiet and peaceful, but it also speaks to you, speaks to your inner world. And it brings forth out into your outer world and transforms this, the darkness, transforms it. And no longer puts a dark energy on places that are pure, places that are not meant to scare, but these are almost like those markings in the world where there's extreme power points, Stonehenge, I can't think of any more. There's so many of them everywhere. Where there's certain points on the grid line and in the planet where energy is heightened. And I feel like in the forest, this is where nothing can nothing can interfere with your clear message, and you're able to hear what your intuition. You're able to have visions, be a visionary, and almost like create your own thoughts. Create your own thoughts, be creative, and bring light into dark spaces. That's beautiful. So authenticity is the key to Aquarius energy. And again, the eclipse will be on February 17th, 2028, and it will be lasting until the year 2028. All right. So this is, don't let your emotions get in the way. This is a shift that's meant to happen. Don't let yourself be electrocuted by the lies, because lies cannot grow in the reality we're moving into. This is a shift where the more lies that build up, the more of a shock to your system. You're going to feel it. You're not going to feel like you're lying to yourself. So you need to really be honest. You need to speak to yourself and really let yourself be vulnerable in those places. You're going to find a lot. You're going to find a lot of magic in yourself. All right. So jump into the timeline. This is a space where it's endless opportunities, and be that scientists in the lab, experimenting, inventing, being creative, being fearless, doing the things that other people said you cannot do. Be the one that steps up and listen to yourself overall. All right. Go out there, experience life, and stay beautiful. Bye, guys.